Hey kid, I shat myself again, and I'm covered in spiders.
Oh no, I hope no spiders get harmed in the making of this.
Nah, I think they'll be fine.
You ready to talk some movies, Brennan?
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's go! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth!
Hi, welcome to the Corrupted Youth Podcast. I'm Mumbly Dan,
I'm mostly Brennan.
and together we're a father and son duo that explores the latest blockbusters, classic genre films, and the schlockiest of Golden Age VHS rental store flicks in spoiler-heavy fashion. That's right, and ooh boy, we got one for you today, gang.
Yeah. Today we're going to be covering, I mean, not that you can't read the title of the episode, but
We go through this every time.
I know. It does just feel a little redundant and silly, but we're going to be covering Kingdom of the Spiders from 1977,
Yep.
starring the Shat.
Yep. We shat ourselves again.
Oh yeah, bad this time.
This is our third Shatner movie.
Is it really? I know we did Star Trek, the one where they go look for God.
And also The Devil's Reign.
Oh, wow. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, here's our third one. Yippee.
The Shat is
The
back.
Shat is back.
So yeah, well, before we get into it, let's talk about Summer Slasher Camp 4.
Big news.
Big news indeed. We did our Facebook live drawing in the Dongle Den, so if you want to know more about that, go visit the Dongle Den. Results were in. Do you remember what we got, Brennan?
Let's see.
In no particular order.
All right. Something birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me. There was the
You got this. I believe in you.
the something or other.
The something or other.
And
The Prowler.
the Prowler. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. And we also are doing another movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host. Taking up more responsibility lately.
Yeah, staying on top of things here.
Yeah,
Well, do you remember what it was?
I sure do. Come on, Bren. They were all court movies.
I know the spinner almost landed on Death Spa twice.
The Funhouse.
The Fun House. You know, I don't think it's gonna be as fun as they say it's gonna be.
Oh, I think it's going to be fun.
Not for the characters.
No, probably not. But I bet you there's some wacky good times with cotton candy before things go downhill.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Oh, also, we've got a big winner. We had a contest. So anybody who entered or put in a suggestion anyway, thank you for everyone who put in for that. So it's just Court, Pete, and Nate.
Thank you guys.
We had 14 movies suggested, and some of them were voted on, had like an extra vote. So they got an extra chance to win. But the winner of our contest was Pete, and Pete's one of the hosts of Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. And we are going to go visit Pete and record one of our Summer Slasher Camp episodes with Pete in person.
So exciting.
Yeah, he's got no idea how we smell. He's going to love it. Be like, you guys came from Wisconsin. You smell like cheese.
Oh.
And, well, I guess beer would be a good smell.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Woohoo!
Fun
Can't
news.
wait. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Are you going to update your list as to how the movies are judged for being slasher or not?
I will have to look at my list. If I think that I can come up with a better set of rules, then yeah, I'll change it.
I think it might switch it up
Yeah, I'll take a look again.
because it's not that I think they're bad. I think that just mine might be a little too easygoing sometimes. And we have some crossover stuff too,
Right.
which isn't necessarily bad, but
yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. But anyway, back to the Kingdom of the Spiders.
Yippee.
Would you like me to read the letterboxed info
Sure.
as soon as I can find it? So, Kingdom of the Spiders is from 1977, directed by John Bud Cardos, 97 minutes long.
That's it?
Yeah.
Felt a lot longer.
Yeah, well, that's some 70s for you.
For real.
A living, crawling, hell on earth!
Oh.
It's all in caps, and there's an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Investigating the mysterious deaths of a number of farm animals, Vet Rack Hansen discovers that his town lies in the path of hordes of migrating tarantulas. Before he can take action, the streets are overrun with killer spiders, trapping a small group of townsfolk in a remote hotel. I don't know if that's how I would have done it, but
Yeah.
Let's see here. It stars, of course, William Shatner, Tiffany Bowling, Woody Strode, Leu Dressler, David McLean, Natasha Ryan. Let's do, oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name. Eldevois Davis, perhaps.
Sounds very fancy.
I could be completely wrong on that, and a bunch of other people. So I think that's most of the people you see on screen. Have you seen this movie before, Brennan?
No, this is a first time for me.
And it's your pick.
It is my pick, yes.
Because?
Oh, well, it's my month. It's my birthday month.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had a birthday this month.
Yippee! This is how I'm punishing myself.
Oh, yeah, 21st birthday too.
21st, yeah.
That was a wild one.
That was a good night.
Yeah. My brother Nate came to visit, and I think our group of people, we drank all the PBR in Madison.
Yeah.
There's none left. That was a lot of beer.
Definitely the most beer I've drank in a night.
That's the most beer I've drank in a long time.
Yeah, didn't need any shots, didn't need anything else, no mixed drinks, just PBR.
And you know what the other great thing was? Everybody got a Lyft or an Uber home. And it was fine. Nobody got sick. There was no fighting.
Nope. I didn't throw up.
Great. Wonderful birthday.
Yeah.
So, hey, everybody, dongles, drink responsibly. Don't drink like us.
Yeah. Drink water.
Plenty of water. So I wanted to ask you something about this movie, because this movie starts off and it's got opening credits.
Yeah.
And they're pretty extensive.
They are.
Like it goes through a lot of different stuff, people in the movie, as movies used to do. And it would bring up like, hey, it's featuring these songs by whoever.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you get nice B-roll of the wilderness.
A ton of B-roll.
Out in, I'm assuming it's
Arizona.
Yeah. Yay or nay on this kind of thing?
I'm going to say nay, at least the way that they're doing it, because it just took way too long. I don't need a bunch of establishing shots. Once you show me a couple, I get it. I know we're in the desert. You can keep your credits rolling, but at least give me more to look at, have some more action or setup going on. Shat driving around.
Spider is crawling about.
Spider's crawling about.
Yeah. Okay.
Spider dragging a little rabbit or something, ooh, get you a little spooked up or something. But I don't need to look at these mesas for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But how about Superman the movie, where everybody's name's flying at you and it's extravagant?
I think that's a bit better. I think it adds a bit of flair,
Because it's not really done anymore.
No, it isn't.
I've seen a few movies do it recently where it's almost just done for a retro effect.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering what your thoughts on it was, because sometimes I miss it, because now they're just at the end of a movie and they're making really good ones too.
Yeah.
Say any of the newer Spider-Man movies tend to have fun things happen at the end.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
was
at the
really
end.
like that. Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if there were more that had more stuff in the beginning, as long as it's done well and tastefully.
This is where we're at with this movie. We're
Yeah.
13 minutes into recording. We don't want to talk about the movie.
Well, the opening of this movie is pretty funny too, because it's just the cow, just the lone cow on the farm, just hanging out, and then we get Evil Dead creature cams coming up to it, and the cow's just like whipping its head around at each of the cameras.
Yeah, I kind of like the spider POV here.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And you get the freeze frame of the cow and the cow noise. Oh no.
That's right.
That's very 70s.
But yeah, this cow definitely gets some venom because the next day it's all sick.
Yeah, and then we get introduced to the town vet,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Shat.
Dr. Shat.
It's called like Doc Shat.
Doc Shat.
Because I didn't even realize what his name was until I read that his first name is Rack.
Yeah.
I thought they were saying Rick.
There was that whole scene where he explains why that's not his real name. It's his nickname is Rack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I totally glazed over and did not pay attention
That's okay.
to a lot of what was said.
It was a very boring scene. Nothing was happening, so.
There's a bit of that in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, he's out on horseback, and he's legit on horseback.
Yeah.
So that's always nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
And doing a little bit of bull roping and horseplay with a woman.
Yeah.
They get a little frisky.
It was very interesting, yeah, because he's out with this lady and he like gets the bull all strung up with the rope or whatever, and I don't know, shoots the heroin into it or whatever he was doing. He's just like poked it with a needle or whatever he needed to do, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna lasso you up, random lady," and then they start like wrestling in the dirt, and then he's like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, because she calls him John.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, like, don't bring up my brother or something. My brother's got nothing to do with this. And he gets mad.
Yeah, because he's like, my brother's been gone for years. Like, you need to move on.
And I just thought, what?
Yeah. What is this subplot? What's going on here?
It does get fleshed out. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could just say it now. It doesn't really matter.
But yeah, Shat's brother's dead.
Died in Nam. Second day there. That's tragic.
Yeah, that's really rough.
And he was pretty, you can tell he's still upset about it.
Yeah.
But so that's his brother's wife. And he's kind of looking after her and the niece, but they kind of have a thing together.
He doesn't want to have a thing with her. I think
she's really into it though.
She's super into him.
Which that's part of this movie too. Every woman in this movie is ready to drop trowel for the Shat.
Yeah.
He's the hunkiest dude in town.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen the townies in this movie. Probably not wrong, though.
Yeah, actually.
But then sick cow.
Yeah, he gets called over to look at the cow, and it's like this big mystery. The farmers there, the husband and wife, they're worried that they're going to have to like quarantine because it could be some like disease or something that's going around, but Shat's not so sure. It's not like quite as clear, and he takes some samples.
Sends him off to a lab.
Yeah, not his job, I guess. Not that good of a vet. Yeah, he didn't get any of the science.
Yeah, then we get the fun service station scene.
There's like an older guy, and he's got like a cow in the back of his car, just in like the back seat.
And like half a farm hanging out of the trunk.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody out there has not lived in any type of rural area where I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Where just somebody goes, I don't have a pickup truck. My car is my pickup truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's there because one of his tires is like definitely flat. So he's going to go get it changed. But oh no, he doesn't have enough money. The tire's going to cost him like, what was it, like $25 or something like that?
Yeah, this weird, like, dirty redneck people haggling over the price of a tire just goes on and on.
Yeah. Like, oh, I only got $5. $5 isn't enough. Oh, he's going to drive off. Oh, I'll get the tire for you anyway. Blah, 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 blah.
Doc Shat shows up.
Yeah.
Starts pumping some gas.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he ever paid for his gas.
Oh, that's probably true.
But yeah, I like it when the service station attendant is back getting the tire and there's a spider in one of the tires.
Yeah.
And he has that line, I wrote it down. Take that, you ugly shit.
Yeah, that was pretty great. That's one thing that you'll pick up on these spiders right away is that they're supposed to be threatening, but spiders are just docile creatures for the most part, so they're never that threatening.
Especially tarantula.
Yeah. It's not going to try to kill a human,
No. We'll get into why these want to kill people.
Right.
But
There's
yeah,
a reason.
For the most part, you're fine. Have you ever held one, Brennan?
No.
I have. One crawl over my body and stuff, and they're just little furry guys, and they're just kind of cute even.
I'd probably be okay with it.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I'm more likely to hold a snake, I feel.
Yeah, some of these animals that are considered so icky and terrifying are
Yeah.
really chill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've held snakes,
Yeah.
spiders.
Leggy boys, not so leggy boys.
Okay,
Maybe not actually leggy boys.
No, not those leggy boys. Forget that.
Yeah. No centipedes.
No.
They can die.
I will stomp on anything that has more than 8 legs.
Yeah.
That includes the entirety of the Romanian basketball team.
What?
I don't know. I was just trying to be funny, I guess. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Then this is where the rich lady shows up in the convertible.
Yeah. This like very blonde, very like, I don't know. She definitely comes from the city.
She's a professional woman.
She is a very professional woman. And she shows up and she starts talking to the Shat like he works there. She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You need to look at my car or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And Shat kind of plays along with it like he actually does work there. It was a little confusing at first.
Well, okay. So maybe to clarify this a little bit is that during that time, there was still self-service wasn't always a thing when you'd go get gas. Somebody would come pump your gas. I remember that distinctly as a kid, even into the 80s.
Really?
There were gas stations where, and I think even today, there's places where you can't pump your own gas.
That's interesting. But yeah, Shat plays along. She asks about a place to stay, and he points her towards a hotel in the area. And she asks if there's a bathroom, and he has some answer about how the women's bathroom is out of order and she needs to go to the men's bathroom. And she's like, okay, whatever. And she walks off. And then the service guy comes back and Shaq kind of fills him in like, oh, she wants like a checkup or whatever. And he's like, oh, where is she now? And he's like, in the men's room. And he goes, well, what's she doing there? And he goes, well, why don't you ask her? Like, it was such a weird...
It was kind of funny, though.
It was
kind of
funny.
Liked he was, at this point in the movie, he's being playful.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
He was just having a go.
It's just a little random, you know? Like, it wasn't such an obvious setup for a joke. Why is she in the men's room? I don't know. Like,
but... Yeah, and then she goes and rents her cabin because she goes to the lodge.
Yeah.
And meets Emma, which I was surprised because I thought this movie doesn't seem like it's going to be naming its women.
Mm.
And everybody, they all get names.
Yeah.
So that's cool, I guess. But I was just happy that this movie cared enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably as cool as it's going to be towards women for the rest of this movie.
Isn't this where we get next the meeting with the mayor and the cop guy?
Yeah, where they're just drinking beers.
Yeah, it's pretty great because it's the Shat and it's one of the local police guys.
Yeah, just the sheriff.
Mm-hmm. And they're just like cracking beers open on some porch.
Yeah, we should almost have like a thing where we keep track of law enforcement drinking on the job.
Yeah,
in these movies.
Yeah, and the mayor even pulls up and he cracks open his own beer. And the mayor's talking about how they're gonna have this fair. It's like some city fair,
county fair,
yeah. And it's this big deal. It's very, like you said, Jaws. Like, you know, like, oh, there's this big event coming up. Nothing can, you know, it's our big tourist thing. Can't stop it from happening.
Yeah, they want to do a Jaws in this movie, but they kind of don't.
No, they don't. Yeah, the mayor just disappears pretty much for most of the movie. But the lady shows up. The lady from the service place. What's her name?
Diane.
Yeah, Diane shows up. And there's a pretty funny little brief exchange between her and Shatner. She's like, hey, it's you. Like, you're not the vet. How can you be the vet? You were the guy at the station or whatever. And he's like, you got me.
I'm the vet.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah. You want a beer?
And this is where he stops being playful.
Yeah.
And from this point throughout the rest of the movie, he's just coming on to her nonstop.
Nonstop.
And it's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of uncomfortable. And unfortunately, this movie suffers the fate of just writing her into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like how she starts off here because he asks her to dinner and she just shuts him down because she's a professional woman.
Yeah.
She's got a degree, damn it.
Exactly.
He had to go send out for help, and this is who shows up.
Yeah. Ugh.
She's smarter than him
Oh, definitely.
until she's not because she's woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's very stupid. And she's there to just deliver, the update on the test that the Shat sent in. Turns out, ooh, big surprise, the cow was killed by venom, not whatever else. So that's kind of good news, I guess. Oh, God, this movie's such a boring mess. What's after this?
It's a whole lot of like this, and this. It's just setting everything up.
The scene. Yeah. Once it gets once the ball starts rolling, that's when this movie gets a lot better. But it's just a lot of setup.
Diane goes back to the lodge, meets a couple there. Even that guy hits on her, and his wife is there.
Right there.
I don't know. I guess it's just that mentality of that time period where can't let a pretty woman drink alone. Let me buy a drink. You can't just go, hey, let me buy you a drink. Oh, you're traveling.
Oh, you're new here?
This is my wife. Blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. It could go that nice. And it seemed like it was until he had to be weird about it. And then she even calls him out for it.
Uh-huh.
But this is just no-name couple that's going to be around later.
Yeah. Yeah.
So...
Good thing they got set up in this fun and exciting way.
Yeah, and they make a joke about how he invented chemical toilets or something. I guess, wow.
That's important.
A job's a job.
A job's
Let's
a job.
not
Someone's
make
got
fun
to do
of it.
Yeah. She likes spiders. What? That's weird. She goes back to her room and she starts decompressing from the day, whatever, taking off all of her jewelry. She's going to go take a shower. And we get this sting of a tarantula crawling around when she gets into the shower.
It's a very ominous pan that's all slow and just chews up that runtime.
Yeah.
Build some suspense, I suppose. We could look at it that way.
Yeah, there you go. The spider goes crawling into one of the drawers of the desk in the room, and she gets done with her shower. There's a lot of PG side boob.
I was surprised. This is a PG movie, and I was shocked. But I guess, you could get away with some boob back then.
Yeah.
As long as it was super brief.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of PG movies that had boob in them.
Yeah. So she goes over and she sits down and she opens up the drawer and oh no, there's a spider in it. But because she works with spiders, she's like, oh hey, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in here. Let me just pick you up and take you outside. And she does.
Yeah.
Without incident, takes the spider outside, which again kind of just really doesn't make the spiders scary. They're just being picked up and moved around. And
well, I guess it's because everybody just does not really react to these spiders whatsoever.
Yeah.
Until it becomes a problem.
Right.
So I guess it kind of makes sense. But yeah, the Doc Shat and Diane go to visit the farmer.
Yeah, they go to visit the farmers, and the one dude literally sounds like a DJ soundboard. Whenever he would repeat a word, he would say it with the same tone and inflection, and it just sounded like a cheesy you remember the keyboard I have. There was always the DJ settings where you can make it go hey, yeah, what? That's what he sounded like because he was calling for his dog, which had gone missing. Which oh no, I wonder what happened to the dog.
Oh no.
So yeah, they show up, and immediately after they show up, the wife finds the dog, who very tragically has died.
At least we didn't have to see it.
Yeah, thank God we didn't have to see it. I think you can still kind of see the dog breathing
Yeah, you could, and it was a relief.
Yeah. Uh,
Good boy.
Yeah. And Diana was able to do some sort of test right there on the spot and was like, yep, it's venom. Not sure if that's how that works, but
Yeah, same cause, and that makes the farmer go, "Oh hey, there's a big spider hill over here.
yeah.
Let's go check it out."
Yeah, and sure enough, it's just like a little hill, bunch of holes in it, and a ton of spiders just crawling around. And Diana's pretty puzzled by this behavior too.
Yeah, apparently there's more than one species of spider that normally don't get along, and they should be fighting each other, but they're just hanging out.
Yeah, like all tarantulas are cannibalistic. Like they'll just eat each other, but for some reason these spiders aren't. They're kind of living together. And so they find the spider hill and Diana takes some pictures of it or whatever and they're like, "Yeah, we'll come back to this later." And then
Yeah,
they just move on.
yeah, and then Doc Shack gets turned down for a second dinner.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what comes after this?
Well, this is yeah, and then they kind of explore, like we talked about it, the brother's wife scenario.
Oh yeah, that's where that
gets
backstory
explored a
comes
little
in.
bit. Yeah.
This is also where we get the reason why he's called Rack, because he lost so many games of pool to his brother, and his brother would always tell him to rack them.
Oh, that's dumb.
Very dumb.
But then he decides that he's going to run Diane off the road to have a conversation, and she's totally cool
She's
with
like,
it.
"Wow, that was so awesome that you did that."
I don't know. He's getting handsy with her.
Uh-huh.
And like picks her up to put her in her car and climbs in. It's weird because up until this point, she's been very professional about
Mhm.
all of this.
Right.
And I don't know. It's like it feels forced.
If she was showing interest and he did something like that, like that's still kind of a bit forward, but
He shouldn't, I don't know. It's weird.
it's very weird. It's very weird. I was not a fan.
No, me neither. This is like, well, this is a little too soon for this kind of business.
Yeah.
Because he gets like really close in her face and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I don't know. I guess I'm just not that way. And
Mhm.
it comes off as weird.
yeah, it is weird.
Plus, it's pushing almost 50 years. So a completely different mentality of
yeah, totally.
how men treat women and that dynamic. And that might have been cool at the time, I guess.
Not
But
anymore.
Not the way I was raised.
Yeah, nor me, thankfully.
So I guess they're going off to dinner now.
They did go off to dinner, and that's when we get the brother explanation and the like how he got his name and what's up with his brother. I thought they had that conversation over dinner.
Yes. So I'm glad we're
Okay, all right, we're on track.
We also get the whole like theory about DDT,
Mm.
which was, it was used to, it's a pesticide. And this is where the messaging comes in and the cause of the movie, and just a theory that she has is that because of the DDT, it's killed off a lot of the food that the spiders may otherwise eat. So in order to adapt to a new scenario, they've become far more venomous and are seeking out new food sources because they shouldn't be able to take out a cow
Mm-hmm.
or a dog for that matter.
Yeah, interesting enough. I buy it.
Yeah, I kind of like it too because I don't think people really get that there is a lot of cause and effect when we do things as humans.
Mhm.
And part of the reason why we're in the weird situation we are with the environment. But you got to figure though, all these processes and stuff have been around for at least tens of thousands of years. And that's just the way things are. And when you start upsetting it,
Yeah.
things go wackadoo.
Yeah, we learned in the ecology class I took in high school that any effect at any level of the food chain will affect the rest of the food chain. Like it isn't one of those things that you can just play with. So this explanation actually does add up. It's a lot better than like government created evil spiders or evil spiders came from space or anything goofy like that.
Yeah, and they found out DDT really not good for people either.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah. Wow, it kills insects and probably perfectly safe for other living organisms such as people because we're people and we can't possibly be harmed.
put that all over all of my tomatoes.
We're in charge here. It's not going to hurt us. So yeah, I didn't find it to be like I mean, I guess you could take this message and make it super preachy, and it really wasn't. It was pretty subtle.
Yeah. And it's interesting that we don't get like a formal explanation.
No.
It's just a best guess.
Yes. It's just a theory.
They decide that it's probably best to burn down the spider hill.
I mean, they've had dinner. They probably had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Let's go start some fires.
I think this is after they smooch a couple times too, regrettably.
Oh, things are heating up then.
Yeah. Thankfully they gets Shat blocked because they have to go burn down the spider hill. Hey, happens to the best of us. But they go over to burn down the spider hill, and who do they find but the farmer guy with a big thing of like oil or whatever, gasoline, and he's like, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna go burn down that spider hill. And they're like, oh, us too. How convenient.
Extremely convenient.
Extremely convenient. And yeah, sure enough, they go over there, they put some lighter fluid on it or whatever, and burn down the spider hill. And we see that the spiders mostly escape.
Yeah, apparently on the opposite side of the hill, have a cardboard tube that they're crawling out of.
Yeah, lucky they had that there to protect them.
It's a good thing that tube was there.
Right.
Also, these guys, great engineers. Oh yeah, there's also the whole bull jump scare too that happened before they went to go burn the hill, because the bull came out and was covered in spiders, and it charged
that's right.
Charged the farmer. This poor guy, he's having the worst luck.
I know.
Why his farm? Why is it gotta happen there?
Yeah.
Is anybody else having this problem? Doesn't seem like it. This guy seems like a nice man.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Like when he loses the calf, he's like, well, that's it. Like, I can't afford to lose anything else.
Yeah,
that was a lot of money.
It's not like he's got a big farm either.
Yeah. Could start a spider farm.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the next day, Doc Shat takes Diane to go meet his brother's wife, because when he was talking about the prettiest woman or whatever, he was talking about his niece in a weird way, I guess. She's like toddler kid or
very young.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5, something like that. They get there and Diane goes off with Lisa. I think her name was, right? The kid? Who knows?
Yeah, I think it might have been Lisa.
She's Lisa now.
Yep.
But yeah, they go off together, and you can tell, like, the brother's wife is not having this. She's upset. She's like, oh, I love it for you. That's great. And then goes in and starts crying at the sink. And I was like, ooh, man, this is an awkward love triangle that's happening here.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, like, why is this in the movie? It doesn't have to be this way.
Well, just think about how much the love triangle amounts to.
Things are gonna get wild. Not in this movie.
Nope.
Yeah, but then because he takes the niece out on a horse ride every Wednesday because the brother's wife has to work in town or something at the general store reasons.
Whatever, yeah.
She's got a name too, by the way. But she's just brother's wife because neither one of us wrote it down.
Yep.
Sorry, brother's wife. Oh yeah. Speaking of conveniences too, is because this is where they're just kind of hanging out,
enjoying the view.
Yeah, and they just see the farmer's truck, and they're like, "Oh, look, there the farmer goes, just
safely driving along,
gonna get that arm checked out."
Yeah, and we see the poor farmer guy driving his truck, and there's just slowly tarantulas crawling on his back and up over on his chest, and he doesn't even notice for a while either.
It's kind of fun. This is where they start getting creepy, I guess.
They start to play with it.
Yeah. The slowness and the sneakiness of them because they're silent.
Yeah. And of course, once he realizes what's happening, he starts to freak out and probably crashes his truck.
Oh, it's safe to assume.
Yeah.
Especially when he pulls down the sun visor and one falls out on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also cut back to the Chad and Diana and Lil what's her name? Lily?
Lisa.
Lisa? Yeah, probably Lisa. We get like a nice little suspenseful scene of a spider sneaking up on Lisa.
And this is also too when Doc Shadd, he makes some comment about, boy, I'm really thirsty for one of those beers, but don't feel like getting up and getting one. And then Diane just, this is it. This is where all of her character is written out of the movie as she turns right next to her and gets him a beer and opens it for him and says, boy, you sure like being taken care of, don't you? Wow.
Written. Do you think that was written by a man or a woman? Take a wild guess.
I don't know. I was just, come on.
Yeah, just annoying.
You could just ask for one, and that's cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
beer me.
yeah, I've asked your mom for a beer. Nothing wrong with that.
People ask me for a beer. My pleasure. I'd love to get you a beer.
Yeah, I'll get you a beer. Sure.
Yeah, we even have that.
Oh,
Literally a hand signal in the family that any of us kids are just like hardwired. Where if we see it, it's like a kill code for like a sleeper agent. We're just like, grab beer. I've been doing beer runs since I was like 4.
I heard one time where this lady was talking about how inappropriate that is. And that, and you know, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's a beer, if it's a soda, if it's a sandwich. Kids like to help.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to be part of whatever's happening. So if they can do something,
Yeah.
they'll go do it. They like it.
They're full of energy.
Yeah.
I'd love to get up and run to the kitchen really quick.
Or to the cooler or whatever.
Wherever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the hand signal part too. That just makes it way cooler.
It does.
Yeah. Big fan of that. Great. Like, I'm going to hardwire my kids to be like that too.
Another signal in our house is Joe Standen. Unless it's a lady, and then you say Joanne Standen, and that's a signal for, hey, since you're up, can you get me a beer? It's just a shortened, condensed version of being polite. I like how we're making excuses for our alcoholism. Can you just go get me a beer? See, that sounds way worse than just a cool hand signal.
Yeah. My favorite would be when I'd get to the fridge and there'd be multiple kinds of beer. I have to yell back, what kind do you want?
Beer flavored beer.
I didn't want any of it. Beer tastes gross. What?
Yeah, you don't have that opinion now, do you?
I still think it tastes kind of gross.
Really? No.
Some taste pretty good.
You got to find your beer.
That's true.
Everybody kind of has their own beer. Unless you just don't like beer at the end of the day, which I don't know where that would happen. You're Irish and German.
I have to like beer.
Yeah. You're on time to drink.
Yeah. I like Nuclearis. I know some of the listeners won't even know what that is.
Oh, which kind though?
Spotted Cow.
Oh, okay. You like Spotted Cow?
I do like Spotted Cow.
Yeah, it's okay. I haven't had one in a while, but the hype is done for me, I guess. But I do like
Moon
like,
Man.
No, Moon Man is too hoppy for me.
Yeah, I don't like Moon Man either.
Yeah, it's you know what, IPAs, they smell and taste like cat piss.
Yeah. I don't like,
everybody knows it.
The only thing that's good about IPAs is their percent. But at that point, like,
is it worth it?
No, I don't think so.
Plus Brewer's Press. Look it up. It's a thing. I see you dudes. I know. They make one. It's like their Oktoberfest. It's called Staghorn. Fantastic. Another good one they make is Cabin Fever. That only comes out around wintertime.
I'll have to try those now that I'm 21 and I can actually drink alcohol for the first time.
Find some Staghorn on tap while you're out. Awesome. Good stuff. Beer Talk with Dan and Brennan.
Yay.
This is a great way for me to just try to figure out where we are in the movie.
Is it next where they go back to the farm and they find that there's just a ton more spider hills? There's like 30 more, something ridiculous like that.
Not yet, unfortunately. No, this is where they're hanging out at Doc Shat's vet center, and they get the call, but it comes through the operator. Yeah, so this operator just looks like she's doing the old Lily Tomlin operator bit. You don't know it.
Over my head.
But yeah, I mean, the setup, it's like the same framing almost. I'm just like, what? because she's clearly just doing a character, wearing a wig. And even she is kind of sweaty over Doc Shat.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah.
And it's just over the phone.
Yeah.
Diane gets some test results from one of the spiders that she took from the hill. And turns out there's 5 times more toxin, more kill. I'm not sure what I have in my note. Oh, toxic. So yeah, there's just like 5 times more venom in these guys.
Yeah. Which I don't know why she didn't get that back on her first test, but
I think she could just tell what it was. She didn't know how powerful it was. And this is where they get another call immediately after where they find out that the sheriff went out to the farm and found 20 to 50 more hills.
there's also I don't know if it's exactly this part, but there was a part where Diana referred to spiders or just in reference over the situation where she uses the term insects
Yeah.
when she clearly meant arachnids.
She should know better.
Come on. Come on. Spiders are not insects.
Yeah, and then the mayor shows up and wants to do a Jaws. It's like,
Yeah.
is this Jaws?
Yeah.
We're at a county fair.
Where's the shark?
Oh, it's a spider, it's not shark. Okay, gotcha. And he wants to use pesticide, and we get more talk of like, yeah, you really want to make this problem worse?
Mhm.
That's what might have caused the problem in the first place, buddy.
Yeah.
But he gets his way, and then we've got the pilot ready to go out and spread pesticide on the farmers' fields.
Oh yeah, when he walks up to the plane, he has like all these stickers on the side of I'm guessing all of the different kinds of insects and bugs or whatever, varmin that he's killed with his like pesticides. And instead of like putting a spider sticker or something on the side, he draws a spider on with a marker, and it is one of the worst renditions of a spider I've seen.
I think if you didn't have context for it, you wouldn't know it was a spider. You would go,
Yeah.
"What is this?
Is that
It's
the coronavirus?
it's some type of bug, maybe?
Yeah.
Is it a cootie from the game Cooties?" Yeah. Hey, Dongles, why don't you send us pictures of spiders you draw
Mm,
to see if you can draw a worse spider
Yeah.
or better spider?
I would love to see that.
So send us your spider drawings, corruptedyouthpod at
At
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Or just post it in the dongle den if you're in there. We want to see bad spider pictures.
Yes.
Like, everybody's got it. If you don't think you can draw, you're going to be better than this guy, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you just drew a circle with some pointy legs on it, you know, even just straight legs, I think it would
Anything
be
but
better.
what he did. It had like way too many legs. Oh, God, it just looked
I think he gave it
terrible.
antenna.
Yeah. Oh,
It's terrible.
really awful.
But this guy, I don't know. I love this pilot guy. though.
Yeah, he's great.
This dude is just having the best time spreading pesticide all over the place. And hey, give you a wild guess what happens next.
Spiders attack him.
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding,
Are you isolated in a vehicle alone?
ding.
You will be attacked by spiders.
They just keep crawling out from who knows where. There's like an endless amount of them.
There's a lot of spiders in this movie, though. I'm going to say
Yeah.
that. There's a lot, especially later. There's an insane amount of spiders used in
Mhm.
this movie.
Oh, I think I'm looking at IMDb because they have an actual number for how many
Oh.
spiders
Okay.
they used. Not that we check the IMDb info.
Do they
Anymore.
have an amount of spiders that were actually killed? Probably not, because nobody cared. It definitely gets to a point in this movie where I was feeling bad for the spiders.
It says here $50,000 of the film's budget went towards the spiders. The producers offered to pay $10 for each tarantula. So they had 5,000 tarantulas. And it also says that a lot of them were kept on hand, and there's a lot of difficulties because they needed to be kept in like warm containers. But they also couldn't be kept together because they would eat each other. So they all had to be kept in separate containers.
Oh, wow.
So sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yeah, there's definitely some scenes where there's fake spiders,
Yeah.
and it's really obvious because,
Yeah.
man, they were just trying to fill space and they're not even the right size.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of hanging out. But that's actually very rare in this movie. There's far more live spiders
Yeah.
than fake ones.
You definitely see some die.
Yeah,
Not my favorite thing to see in a movie.
no. And I get it, bugs, sure, but I don't know. It's weird when they're being killed for our entertainment,
Yeah.
and that makes it feel weird.
I think there was another quote or something that William Shatner had in his autobiography, The Sharing Shat.
It's not called I Shat Myself.
I shat myself.
That's more him now that he's in his 90s.
Oh yeah, definitely. Call Hubie and Abraham. But he had some quote where he was just like really sad seeing all the spiders die, which oddly humanizing for William Shatner. While we're on the topic, I also read that the actress that played Diana, she said that he would just hit on her all the time on
Oh,
set.
I bet.
Even when Shatner's wife was around, he wouldn't stop. So that's not all that surprising.
No, not at all. Not whatsoever. Because it seems like he was legit doing it
Yeah.
when he was doing it in the movie.
Yeah.
It didn't. That's. I think maybe that's why it's so uncomfortable. Maybe it was coming through the screen.
Yeah, the director's like flipping through the script, like, all right, that wasn't, you weren't supposed to like lean in and smell her hair, that part, but well, we'll just keep it.
I like that he went to space and it made him depressed because he saw that how isolated the Earth is.
Aw.
And he was just like, we're all alone. It's just darkness beyond here. He just became hyper aware of his mortality.
That's the Kirk I know.
To boldly go and become sad. He boldly went in his pants.
Oh, we're on the pilot guy.
Oh my. We interrupted Pilot Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pilot Guy gets attacked by spiders.
Yeah, and his screams, they're the best.
Oh, I might have to pull a clip
Yeah, I think you should.
because this guy is just wild and out. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. And this is the point of the movie where you go, okay, there's a movie happening
It's
here.
starting to turn, yeah.
I'm having fun.
The ball's starting to roll down the hill.
Because man, all that other stuff is just it's that middling 70s garbage I hate sometimes. Because either the 70s is like right on and just doing everything right, or that just will drag.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a drag one.
I also feel that way about 60s movies as well. They can also be a lot like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of my favorite my favorite time period for movies tends to be the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not bagging on the 70s. I'm just saying it's hit or miss. And when it's
Definitely.
miss, man,
Oh.
you will just get some boring movies like The Incredible Melting Man.
Yeah.
That movie it's so hard to get through
Yeah.
because it's just, you think
Cool
of,
concept.
there's just
Super interesting
an
movie.
irradiated man walking around melting.
But yeah.
That's why we're not going to cover that movie because it's just so boring.
Yeah. The rest of the movie, the most exciting part is the melting man, but you see the least of the melting man. He looks pretty cool too. The melting man
Yeah.
effect is pretty great.
Yeah, you know what, Dongles, go look up if you haven't seen it. Just find there'll be clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
just show you the good stuff.
Yeah, no kidding.
Somebody's probably compiled it to just the melt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this whole guy screaming in this airplane, spraying pesticide everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was gonna spray pesticide on the county fair and kill everybody.
Yeah,
Like everybody would have
crazy.
just started being like throwing up and stuff everywhere. Oh no! The mayor's clutching his throat and dying. But no, it just crashes into the service station.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, big explosion. And I think I also read too that the plane flying in, like, that was actually Shatner. Like, they didn't get like stunt people for it.
Oh no,
So that was
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They're
that was-
getting
that
out
was-
of the way.
that was in camera.
Yeah,
That was pretty wild.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the only thing that would have made this cooler though is if he came out flaming dude with flaming spiders.
Yes.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Put that in the remake. Even though it'd just be CG fire and stuff, and it looks stupid. CG spiders everywhere.
CG Shatner.
They de-age him.
Oh God.
They just strap on that girdle.
Get him in like a corset, like to really tuck in the tummy.
I don't know why everybody gives him crap about the hairpiece. I think he was wearing hairpieces back in Star Trek when it was on TV, not just the movies.
Poor guy.
He probably was like, look at that Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart
Rocking
the bald,
Rocking the bald.
just owning it.
Yeah.
They tried putting a piece on him. You can't contain that.
No way.
That's a force to be reckoned with. That bald.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't want to go bald. But if I did, I'd have to own it. I'd own that bald. I'd get like the Danny DeVito mullet skullet thing going on.
That would be sick.
Your mom's gonna hear that and be like, "The hell you are."
You should get the Martin Luther, not the King Jr. Martin Luther, the Catholic.
Oh, like a monk hairdo?
Yeah, where it's like just the top is gone.
Just the top.
Just
but
the
so you
top.
still have bangs and
You
stuff.
still have the bangs. Yeah, just the top.
No, you could not pay me.
You don't want to like restructure the Catholic Church.
Yeah, so tragedy ensues further as Mrs. Farmer has a shootout with some spiders.
Very brief scene here.
She's just got a revolver and just putting holes in the floor,
Yeah.
trying to hit these things.
Yeah.
One climbs on her and crawls on her hand, and she shoots her own hand off, like 3 of her fingers.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
wild.
That really caught me off guard. There's
That
like
was-
no other gore in this movie.
Not really. Usually, if you see somebody who happens to be dead,
Uh-huh.
either they're just laying there,
They're all webbed up.
or yeah, they just are covered in cobwebs. Like, oh, we forgot to mention that the
Farmer guy.
farmer guy was when he peekabooed out of the truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Couple bumps here and there,
Yeah.
but that was
And it cut away
nuts.
from it right away too.
That was nuts. That
Yeah.
bumped that movie up in my.
Yeah, no kidding. So we cut back to the widow, whatever her name is, who cares? And Lisa, the little girl, and she's on the swing, just enjoying early childhood where nothing goes wrong. And there's just a ton of tarantulas underneath her swing. And the mom is like, okay, Lisa, time to come inside. And then she looks outside and sees all the spiders. She's like, oh my God, Lisa. So she starts like freaking out. And she runs over there and
I like that she took a broom though. That was the smartest plan anybody's had.
yeah, honestly,
just-
starts sweeping them out of the way. And she grabs Lisa and starts running, but there's like spiders crawling up her legs. She falls over all dramatically. She's like, go inside, Lisa. Shut the door. And she gets covered by spiders and dies.
And they just right away that love triangle.
Mhm.
Just hey, here's a good way to not have to deal with this anymore.
Probably the most complex character in the movie is just killed.
For real. What a tragic story.
Yeah, really tragic story. Yeah, Shad and Diana show up and they find the widow dead and they go running inside and they find Lisa. I think she's just like on her bed or something like that, just surrounded by spiders. Or is it a table?
Yeah, she's just in the house and there's a bunch of spiders. So
Yeah.
they rescue her.
Yeah, they rescue her from the house and they
Not her first time where she's going to be in danger
Yeah.
on top of something covered in spiders.
exactly. And so they drive over to the lodge that Diana's staying at. They're gonna stay there.
We get the return of that couple.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's spiders everywhere.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. If they were from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Oh, geez, guys, there's spiders. They're all over the place.
Oh, we don't have anything like this back in Wisconsin.
Nope. You know, I saw a bunch of spiders. I'd just go hop out on my boat and that would be it. I'd just go out there, go fishing.
I'm more worried about seeing a moose.
Oh, it's just spiders? Oh, thank goodness, man. I thought there were going to be ravenous moose everywhere. They all got the rabies, like in Cujo. Yeah, he was a good boy until he wasn't. Emmett goes out to shed or whatever to go find guy covered in webbing in there.
Yeah.
And then Shatner goes out behind her and just starts skipping around on the spiders.
There's a lot of that too. Yeah.
He's just being like, and maybe maybe that was the thing with him not wanting to step on him.
Oh yeah, he didn't want to like stomp on him, so he's like, let me avoid him because he actually maybe cares about the life of other creatures. Yeah,
Something other than himself.
There's a shred of empathy. For some reason, he just cares about spiders. That's not evil.
Oh boy. Yeah, and like the sheriff even shows up and they still seem pretty avoidable.
Yeah.
He does kind of the same thing. He's like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Hop around him. Yeah.
Oh, well, we just got a tornado warning.
Yeah.
I'll leave this too, because yeah. So we're in a tornado warning. We're gonna stop recording, and
go to our.
If you're listening to this, then we made it back. Oh well, we survived.
Yep. We still have a house.
Well, for you, it was instantaneous. For us, that was, I don't know, close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
But hey, we're all right. Anyways, back to the movie. Yeah, so I was going to say that calls are useless, especially on that old-timey ass phone that they're using.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you have to crank it to get the operator.
Uh-huh.
Who's dead.
I loved that. When they just cut to the operator, she's just all cocooned up.
Yeah, and then they've got this, they also have this thing where chemical fire extinguishers can kill them.
Yeah.
So it's like cool. I guess they have something, but then also at the same time, you're just spreading around more chemicals, right? Is that No, it's like to put out a chemical fire.
So in case of tarantulas and or a blob, get yourself some fire extinguishers.
Yeah. I mean, chemical ones for spiders.
Yeah.
Regular, like cold ones for the blob.
Yeah.
Dennis to blob.
Dennis to blob.
We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
Then that joke might make sense to people.
Yeah.
Because we had a whole thing. Anyways.
Inside joke. You guys aren't cool enough for
it. So there's all sorts of kitchen shenanigans too.
Mm-hmm.
The lady who helps run the lodge, or does run the lodge, is like still working. Like she's still like making coffee for these people and stuff. Like, what the hell? Give this woman a break. She's always slapping on an apron.
She's like trying to make some like soup or something or other.
Uh-huh.
And like spiders just start falling from the ceiling, like from some like air conditioning something or other.
Yeah, just
flopping down. Yeah. That's pretty great when she just like dumps out all the hot water to like wash away all the spiders.
What a waste of some good soup.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and they just start stuffing stuff up in this little vent. And it's funny too, because at this point, anytime Doc Shat gets some spiders on him, he freaks out.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
This is where he runs over because he hears the screaming from Lisa's room.
Uh-huh.
And he runs in there and she's just standing on the bed like surrounded by spiders. So in his brilliant quick thinking, he picks her up and then just throws her onto the floor where there's more spiders.
Yes.
Oh, that part's pretty epic.
It does not make any sense, and it's so awesome. Oh, yeah, he just starts stomping on spiders too. Everybody's stomping on spiders everywhere, and it's kind of gross in a, not a, ew, this is gross. It's just for the spider's sake.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah, I know they're lower life forms, but
it doesn't matter.
Man, just like I said before, just for our entertainment, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
There's people who are gonna die, they're gonna get to their afterlife, and there's just gonna be a bunch of angry spiders with cowboy boot heel marks on them. You're just unhappy.
We formed a spider union against you, horrible actor.
We were minding our own business, doing our own thing, just being spiders.
Got scooped up out of the desert just to get stomped to death by William Shatner.
I looked at Bill and I said, Bill, what is going on here? There's all these giant humans around. This place is like on fire. It's chaos. People are yelling and screaming. For what? Next thing I know, boot to the head.
They used fake spiders, but apparently they needed real ones to crush.
Ooh, the chaos in the town.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, 'cause the sheriff goes driving back to town. Oh, I wonder how that city fair is going, or the county fair. Not well.
No, it is just wild in the streets. Everybody's beating on his car, trying to escape spiders. There's spiders everywhere on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
What really gets me too is there is a scene where just people are panicking and stuff, beating on his car. Somebody just has one on their back.
Mm-hmm.
It's alive. It's crawling all over.
Yeah,
him.
there were just live ones on those people just surrounding the car and stuff, just walking around. Yeah. Yeah.
Webbed up people in the streets.
Yeah.
Just spiders all over him.
Mm-hmm.
That kid. There's a kid who goes through a glass door. And I just yelled, "Oh my God, was that a kid? It was a child."
And you see him get up, and it's a kid, and he has like a bunch of spider bites on him.
I mean, I'm sure it was just sugar glass or whatever, but still.
Here's a fun fact, too.
Oh.
That kid is actually the director's son.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it gave him a pretty cool bit there, going through the window, going through the door.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to go. But we can skirt around any child stunt
It's like
problems.
Whatever.
I would do that for you.
Oh, yeah. And that'd be awesome.
Brennan, I need you to jump through this glass door.
Yes, sir.
You would have done it too.
Oh, yeah.
You'd still do it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so there's all sorts of just, it's like I said, chaos. We can't possibly describe it all. But this one car just wilds out, goes out of control. It's like knocking over telephone lines and crap, and then hits the water tower, which the water tower then falls over, kills the sheriff in his car.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Pretty cool, like, stunt, too, because it was at least a prop water tower they built to scale and knocked over.
Can you imagine if they made that nowadays, how just over the top dumb it would be?
Yeah.
You just need a water tower to fall on a car.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Too bad the water tower wasn't filled with spiders.
We'd be getting the CG camera shot from the water tower falling down.
Yeah.
Practical stuff.
Also, the mayor gets hit by a car, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, just a pandemonium in the city.
Excellent word for the situation.
Yeah.
You are correct. This part where Doc Shat asked the lodge lady, "Hey, you should turn up the air conditioning. It's really hot." It's like, "It's as high as up as it can go." And he's like, "Oh, let me check this vent." Hey, idiot, you know it's full of spiders. You should know that.
Yeah. What else do you think? Oh, but bunch of dust buildup. No. Come on, you're in a spider movie.
Yeah. I think it's a bunch of spiders on himself again.
And that poor old lady, too, who's like standing underneath him while he's doing it.
Yeah. And then in my notes, I have Night of the Living Deading the Lodge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they've got all these plans to just board up the windows and stuff.
Because they're like, oh no, the spiders are going to break the glass.
Yeah, that was hilarious. There's so many spiders on the window that it began to crack. Okay.
Sure.
Those spiders don't weigh much.
No, they're not breaking windows.
No, they're just chilling. They're just being little hairy guys.
Yeah.
Why am I on this window? I don't know.
Where am I? Why are there so many spiders around me? I'm uncomfortable.
This is weird.
Am I getting paid for this?
And then they cut the power accidentally.
Yeah.
That's not intentional. They just kind of
tasty wires.
There's no cover on this fuse box. They just crawl in and just blow a fuse. And when Shatner has to go down and fix the fuse box, I was telling you about how we used to have a fuse box like that. What a pain in the ass. You're seeing it happen in real time. I gotta check this fuse. Oh, which one's out? Okay, this one here. All right, let me grab another one. Make sure, gotta unscrew it, screw the new one back in. It was a process, was it not?
Yeah, it did not look fun, especially with spiders crawling all over you.
No, which doesn't do him any good.
Yeah. There's also that bit where he's like standing there and then just the window behind him just falls in and a bunch of spiders fall onto him.
That's what does him in, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He gets covered in spiders and falls down on the stairs. Did they kill Doc Shat? Stay tuned. No, he's not that.
Nah.
Somehow,
They couldn't kill him.
He's so tough.
It was in his contract.
The spiders read it. I mean, he's damaged, but not.
It's pretty sickly.
Yeah, he can take a lot of venom. But then it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's worn out, tired, and they decide to check the radio. The one extra guy is just scanning the radio stations. on like one of the oldest
Yeah.
possible radios. If we've learned anything from this, improve your infrastructure.
Mm.
It's important.
Mm.
You won't have power outages. Your emergency systems will be in place.
Right.
You don't have to rely on an operator.
Yeah.
Don't have a crank up phone.
It's gonna make spider apocalypses like way easier.
Oh yeah, because while they're searching for a radio station, they find one.
Mm-hmm.
Starts playing some happy tunes. It's some DJ in the morning.
Yeah. He's like, oh, we'll get to all the news later. All the news for the day. Let's just start off with some tunes.
Yeah, Doc Shat wants to go outside, but then somebody's like, man, I haven't heard him on the window. Go check it out.
Yeah, they haven't broken the window yet. Like they were going to break the window anyway. Stupid idea.
So he takes a board off, and everybody just stares in horror.
They don't even. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the whole lodge that they're in is just covered in webbing, and then we get a cut to what is definitely not a painting of the city, and the entire city, top to bottom, just covered in webs.
Yep. Just pans out of this totally real city covered in webs.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not a painting.
Nope. Definitely not a 10th grade rendition of a city covered in webs. No, I don't want to disparage that artist. It looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I think they just zoomed in way too close.
Yeah.
So you see it and you're right away just like, yeah, that's a painting.
Yeah. It was just like a matte painting. Like
Yeah.
it could have been good.
Yeah. And that's how the movie ends.
Yeah. It doesn't end on a good note.
No.
It's very dour.
Yeah. Cliffhanger, you could say. Apparently, when they were doing all the stuff in that city, they painted drew like a bunch of spiders onto all the businesses and buildings.
Did the pilot do it?
I think we would have been able to tell. But apparently when they did like the cleanup and they were painting over all the spiders, they just did it like so fast and poorly that they were still finding like little stencil spiders just all around the city for years.
Were people of the city unhappy with it?
Depends on how much money they got from tourism based off of the movie.
They probably got some.
Some, yeah.
I would think so. I don't know how well this did. I might look it up here. Well, the budget for this movie was, this is according to Wikipedia, $1 million. Box office, $17 million. So in 70s money, that's a hit.
That is a hit.
That's a massive hit.
Yeah. Huh. You'll really like the Spider movie.
It's a great return on investment. Spider movies in general, though, they don't get to me. They don't make my skin crawl or anything.
No.
I know it's a big thing for people. I get it. Arachnophobia is a real deal and a fun movie.
Mm.
Did you ever see that one?
I think I might have when I was real young.
Yeah, I think I watched that with you when you were young.
Didn't really scare me.
No, it was that's a bit more of a horror comedy though, too. There's a lot more funny elements to it. This is pretty serious.
Yeah. I'm more of a giant spider guy myself. When I first heard of this movie, I was hoping it would be a giant spider movie, but still pretty fun with normal sized spiders. A bit more grounded.
Yeah, it's very grounded, and I appreciate it for that.
Yeah.
It took it seriously.
Right.
Just took its time getting there.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would have liked more chaos in the streets.
Definitely.
Personally.
Yeah, if they took that first and second act and just made it the first act, and had full second and third for that, Night of the Living Dead little gimmick thing going on there, and the whole city in chaos, maybe more with that, more with the mayor and the sheriff that they set up.
Yeah, maybe flesh out some of these characters a little bit more and give them maybe a little internal conflict, like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everybody got along just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The only real dink of a character is the mayor.
Yeah.
That doesn't last long.
Yeah, it doesn't amount to anything either.
No, he just dies. All right. Well, I don't have anything more to add about it, really.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Could have gone for more gore.
Oh, yeah. They could have used way more gore.
Spider eating someone's face? Are you kidding me?
Those animals could have been chewed up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, people chewed up. I mean, I guess that's not really how spiders eat, but it would have been like more dangerous. Like, oh my gosh, they're eating flesh.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been really cool.
Instead, they just suck on you, but it's their venom that kills you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess in this universe, the entire U.S. is just taken over by evil collaborative spiders.
Yeah, I didn't get the impression they were evil though. I did see kind of like, are they out for revenge? Are they trying to prevent this guy from spraying stuff? No,
Yeah, no,
I don't think so.
they're
I
just
think
spiders.
it was just happenstance.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem this movie has is that they want the spiders to be scary, but the spiders just aren't scary by nature. They're not like aggressive enough.
Yeah, and for as much as you don't get an explanation, which is fun,
Hmm.
it's very fun in a bird sort of way, but I don't know, maybe something about they're multiplying. Like they're
Yeah.
just, oh my gosh.
Multiplying, they're not eating each other, so there's more of them.
Yeah, they're just wilding out and they're so hungry, they're just overeating and then they're just having all crazy spider sex and
Go
making
back to the Spider Hill, have a big orgy, the big Spider Hill orgy.
spider babies everywhere. Just wild, which I guess they were doing.
Yeah.
But nobody really I don't know. Whatever. I'm just tired. So I can go first since it was your movie, and I will rate this movie by saying movie and if I would recommend or not. And I'm going to say it's a movie, and it's a light recommend. You kind of have to know what you're getting into. It's going to be a little bit boring, but nobody's terrible in it. I guess maybe the worst actor in it. It's not even the kid.
Yeah, surprisingly.
It's the widow. She's got she's a little over the top.
Yeah.
She should have been toning it down a bit. Where I was like, okay, you don't have that range. I'm sorry. But that's as mean as I'm gonna be about it. But yeah, you got to know what you're getting into. If you just like a nature run amok movie, it's fun. Could have done more, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'd say it's a movie. It's pretty standard. I think its biggest flaw is just that it's not exciting enough. You already know what the movie is about when you get into it. So when the movie takes like an hour and a half to get there, not an hour and a half, but when it takes like an hour to get there, it's pretty lame.
Yeah, and the only real character development is that weird, my brother's widow thinks we have a relationship and we kind of do, but I found this new hotter lady that I like, and that's the biggest interpersonal conflict.
Yeah.
And it's not, just doesn't really work.
Doesn't
either.
amount to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun Shatner.
He doesn't really go overboard with it.
I know, I wish he did. Really do.
Yeah, he's very reined in this one, which in some respects is nice because...
Yeah. He played a very believable character.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of a sex pest, but...
Definitely. Doesn't seem out of character for him, though.
No, he probably wasn't acting there. But at no point in time do I think he's a stupid man or incapable of doing things, and all his reactions are pretty real of icky spider.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, now that we have 1,000 of them, this is uncomfortable. It's no wilding out like in The Devil's Reign and stuff.
Yeah.
Corbus! Oh, yeah. All right. Well, it's getting extremely late now that storm is over and we got back to recording. So, hey, we don't have any spider shirts, but if you want one, visit our TeePublic store. Just for a t-shirt that's non-spider orientated, I guess.
Are we going to have the new summer slasher camp?
It is on there.
Yeah.
I forgot I even put it on there.
Yeah, new summer slasher camp shirts.
Yeah, new design. It's pretty neat. It comes in 2 different versions. It's a 1 color on light garments with just red. And then on dark garments, it's red with some light gray. So it pops a little more.
Nice.
Yeah. So go check it out. There's a link in the show notes. Don't forget, if you want to write in, send us your terrible spider drawings.
Please.
We would love to see them. Send it into corruptedyouthpod at gmail.com. I'm a spider. Didn't do enough of that.
If you're a spider, write in. Let us know what you thought of the movie.
Yeah.
Probably very dramatic.
Should William Shatner be taken in for war crimes? And, join the Dongle Den. It's on Facebook. That's where you get to vote for Summer Slasher Camp and stuff. And
post memes.
Yeah, it's pretty chill now. I like it. Good participation happening. Get to see other people's podcasts when they're in there. So
yeah,
that's always fun too. check out their links. They got good shows.
Yeah. And speaking of which, shout out the fellow podcasters too.
Mm-hmm. Especially you, Court and Pete. And we'll throw Nate in there too. He doesn't podcast, but thanks for your participation in Summer
Yeah.
Slasher Camp, you guys. That was pretty fun. Really looking forward to it this year and taking a little road trip.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Super fun. And we couldn't do it without you, the listeners.
That's you guys.
Yeah, you're the dongles. We love you guys.
Can we close this episode out with William Shatner singing Fly Me to the Moon?
That's definitely going to get a copyright strike.
Ah! Well, if you haven't heard William Shatner's rendition of Fly Me to the Moon, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend.
I think a lot of people know about it. It's
Okay,
pretty
good.
notorious.
Good.
Back in the days when everybody just put out an album.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, well, hang in there, dongles.
Bye-bye.
Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth!
Go inside, Lisa. Shut the door.
Can she just go get me a beer? Yeah, he was a good boy until he wasn't.
Yay.